Charlie! No, you guys forget to see you.
Vim!
Your memory. You need memory card. Charlie!
Vim!
Nice one. So, CrossRoads Essence. With some awesome stuff. Freddie Gray. He did a grave. He did go grey. But what you did say?
What's actually taking place is an uprising. And this is a term that we hear oftentimes during chattel slavery in the southern United States up until, I believe it was 1865 when the Civil War started and the Emancipation Declaration was released by Abraham Lincoln. And this is really retaliation against all the police brutality. And when I say brutality isn't a strong enough word because
terrorism!
Black people terrorism. That's a strong word, and it's so ironic because America will accuse people from the other side of the world for being terrorists because they bombed and killed. And I'm not saying that that was justified by any means, but yet and still you have America in retaliation to the 9/11 attacks. They've killed how many millions of innocent Iraqis? How many millions of innocent Afghanis? How many millions of innocent Africans have died at the hands of America, yet and still they claim that everybody else is a terrorist except us. And I'll tell you, as a traveling student coming abroad, oh my goodness, all I've heard is bad things about Africa until I actually got here. Not even Africa, I'm in Ghana right now. But all I heard was bad things. I heard about the Ebola, I heard about Boko Haram, I heard about the children being abducted, I heard about the poverty, I heard about the murders that were taking place, but I didn't hear about any of the beautiful things. And I've seen so much beauty here, so much natural beauty. I remember when I took my first step off the plane and I took my first breath of air, I thought I was in heaven. And I actually wrote a piece about this because it really touched me. It really touched me to be here, and I've never before in my life have I felt like just a human being. I'm an American, and people look at me like I'm a threat. And they know absolutely nothing about me except this black skin that I possess. And in their eyes, this is all that they need to know, is that I'm a black male and therefore I am a threat. Therefore my life literally does not matter. And we can see that's what's happening in Baltimore. That's what happened to Oscar Grant in Oakland. That's what happened to in New York. I forget the brother's name. This is what happened to Mike Brown in Missouri. And this is a nationwide thing. And this has literally been happening since slavery. It did not stop. It never stopped. The only difference is now we're sick of it. And we're fighting back. And they call it a riot because they want to try and shut us down. They don't like us using non-passive resistance. And this is why we're so quick to see these Martin Luther King quotes on Facebook. Oh, Martin Luther King will not condone what's happening right now. Martin Luther King actually said that riots are what we refer to as riots is the voice of the unheard. And there are so many unheard voices. There are oh so many unheard voices. There is so much brutality that takes place. I bet somebody that looks just like me is getting beat right now by the police. Right now. And I'm not even joking. This is every, I believe, 28 hours in the United States. A black person loses their life. A black person loses their life at either the hands of a cop or a vigilante. So you don't even have to. Who's the man that George Zimmerman? I know you all know that name. He would be infamous for the rest of his life. He actually made money. He became a celebrity for taking the life of a 17-year-old boy. Where does that happen except in America ever? And we just swept this aside. We're so used to this taking place. And it makes me afraid because if I step off the plane, I fly back to America at the end of this month. And if I step off the plane and I get shot in the street by a white man, will he even go to trial?
No.
Will he even go to jail? Will anybody call to question what he did? No. What they'll actually do is they'll look back through my records and they'll ask, oh, well, what did he do to deserve to die? Trayvon Martin was 17 years old. He was 17. Tamir Rice, the 12-year-old boy that was shot in Cleveland, Ohio, because he had a toy gun and somebody called the cops on him. The cops came and they shot this 12-year-old boy. And the only thing that mattered in their eyes was that he was black. And that's the only thing that needed to matter. And this is America every single day of our lives. And I try and tell all my Ghanaian friends, America is not what you think. It's really not what you think. You have to appreciate this beauty that's here, that's around you. If you see something that you don't like, change it. Or at least try. And there's so much people power here. There's so much power. We have the power to come together and make change. And I really hope this is not falling on deaf ears because we have the power. We have more power than Obama. We have more power than, what's the man's name? The president of Zimbabwe. I'm sure y'all know who I'm talking about. Mugabe. We have so much more power than they do. We have people power. We have the spirit, and we have the spirit of survivors running through our veins. And I'm trying. I can preach to y'all for hours. I promise I can. And one day I hope I will. But I want y'all to listen. I want y'all to listen right now. We got to believe in ourselves. We got to believe in ourselves. We can't believe what everybody's been telling us our entire lives. This black skin does not make us worse than anybody else. Just hear me. Listen. Rise.
All right.
Believe in yourselves. Believe in yourselves. Give it up for CrossRoads Essence.